out there here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Campbell.
All right, that's right. It is kneecap biting with smoke with the Motor City Lions. I have Chad Datima, a Lions fan, and Devin Smith, a Panthers fan. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing great.
Good, good, good.
That's right. We're going to talk a little bit about the NFL news that's out there, and then we'll get into the weekly pick'ems. The first thing I wanted to cover is Brian Three Cushion comes in and says, "Hi, Jeremy. I'm back from South Korea. I did watch some of the tape shows while I was gone. I miss talking to you and the fellas. We appreciate it. Everybody seems to be out doing holiday stuff, and that's fantastic. I love family, but the show must go on, and we got games starting at 12:30 tomorrow. That's why I'm doing this show tonight." First topic of the order is Kareem Jackson of the Denver Broncos was suspended for his late hit on Josh Dobbs for 4 games. How do you feel about that and how they're treating these players for doing the late hits on quarterbacks or the putting their the undue force into them? What do you think about it, Chad?
I can understand protecting the money because without a quarterback, no team will do anything unless you're San Fran and you can like recycle 3 in 1 year. But no, I think they need to take care of him, but I think it's a little extreme. The 4 games, the intent didn't look like he was actually trying to hurt him to me. Yeah, it was physical, but that's part of the game. I think 4 games ridiculous. I could see a game suspension or a fine or something like that, but
Good points. Devin, what do you think about it?
Well, that's kind of like unnecessary the 4 game expansion. I mean, was he giving himself up?
No, it was a sack. He tried to roll out. The guy did hit him forcefully, according to the letter of the rule. But I kind of agree with Chad on this. I think it should have been a fine and maybe no suspension whatsoever
Yeah, yeah,
because they've done
yeah.
it with other guys, giving them a $15,000 fine. And for the guys making big money, where they're making the millions of dollars, at 15,000 is like less than 1% of their paycheck.
Yeah.
I would have did something like
It's,
that to him.
I mean, I would just give him a fine, probably a 1 game suspension.
Yeah, at
That,
most.
I mean, that's at most.
I agree. And then let's talk about that Sunday 1 o'clock game when the Chicago Bears came to Detroit. And this was a historic collapse on 2 fronts. Number one, and Chad was even reminding me of it, the first time since 1932 that a team had a +3 turnover differential, 40 plus minutes of time of possession, and a double digit lead with less than 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It was the first time out of 49 times total that a team lost like that. And then this season alone, 84 teams have had a double digit lead. And the Chicago Bears are the only one to lose a game with a double digit lead that late in the fourth quarter this season alone. That's astounding to me. What do you think about it there, Devin?
Well, that's just a other collapse by the Chicago Bears. Come on, you had a double-digit lead, like 5 minutes left in the fourth, and you collapse. Like
Hmm.
they try to. I don't think was even trying at the end, to be honest.
Uh, we weren't. It was weird because all game, especially in the first half, Fields was running all over us. He was rolling out, doing his. He had over 70 yards rushing in the first half. We held him to 34 in the second half total. So there's an adjustment by the defense made there because you don't have somebody run that much in the first half and then run that little in the second half.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth quarter, they never used him rolling out. They
Why?
never put him in an RPO situation, which I
They did
didn't
that all
understand that.
game. They didn't do that all game. Why would you stop after you had the lead? Come on. It's an NFL we're talking about here. Any
Right.
team can make an AI comeback at any possible seconds. All it takes is just one big play.
We literally got the ball with 4 minutes 36 seconds, and in a minute and 19 seconds, we drive down and hit a 32-yard bomb to JMO.
Wow.
So, Chad, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, Jeremy, I'm going to sum it up the best I can. For starters, I am disappointed because I don't think the Lions should have ever even been in that position. The 4 turnovers, two I could think are kind of iffy. Just the one when Laporta got run into there. It was still thrown in tight coverage, but I think Laporta would have caught it. And the one that got tipped, that kind of happens. We should never allowed ourselves to get in that position, but we did. But what I think more so is that the coaching of the Chicago Bears made the biggest mistake in the world when they kicked that field goal at
Mm-hmm.
at 4th and 1 instead of pinning us deep and possibly getting the first down, give Dan Campbell a taste of his own medicine. This is what the NFL is going to start to become. Hey, if you're that close, there is a good chance. If you do this 3 times, you're going to make it 2 of the times. It makes sense to do it to keep the drive alive. And
Mm-hmm.
Chicago killed the drive there. I do have to give Detroit kudos because when Chicago made that mistake, the coaching and the players took total advantage of that mistake. They knew it was a terrible mistake that they made by kicking that field goal because it didn't make a difference. That
Mm-hmm.
3 points didn't make a difference anyways to them because what the 3 points put them up to 12.
Right.
Okay, so we're still within 2 touchdowns, but if they to keep more time of possession, just to even if they didn't score and they could draw out 2 more minutes of the clock, the game's over.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I was thinking. So, what an epic collapse it was. I mean, it was amazing to see, and I love it just because from the history standpoint and where we're at, and plus the fact that that's the first time the Lions have been able to go 8-2 since 1962, which was an amazing season, but they fell short in the playoffs, which, like we've heard, for the last 66 years. It is what it is, right, Chad?
Absolutely, man. We've experienced that same type of coaching failure.
Oh yeah.
I've seen it last year. Campbell failed us in the Buffalo game without a question in my mind.
Yep. We
That
have.
game was ours.
Yep.
But it's a learning curve, and hey, Chicago's coaches are kind of young. They gave us that game, but I'm not gonna. Hey, it's still a win. A win's a win.
That's right. It still goes as a win in the stat column.
Yep.
All
You
right.
give us the opportunity, we capitalize on it. Hey,
Kudos to both teams. Kudos to them for making history in the bad way, and kudos to us for making history in the good way, right?
absolutely. I love
All
that take.
right. Now, this was a personal one I seen because I saw an interview with Robert Kraft, and he's actually getting fed up with Bellichek. So, how long until Bellichek gets canned? Are they going to let him finish the season and let him ride off into the sunset? Or are they going to can his ass and promote somebody?
The should let
Oh, his internet went spotty on me. Go ahead, Chad.
Well, I think what they're gonna do with Belichick. Um, they're gonna let him retire on his own. he's an idiot if he doesn't go out on his own really this year, because he can go out on top. If he tries to go into another season, has another disaster like he's having this year, now it's time for him to go out, go up on top, and maybe get a job as an advisor for a team. Get up in the office. You're not on the field. Just kind of advise with hiring or something. Try to find a job like that. But Bellichek, he needs to retire from coaching.
Okay. Well, and then Devin froze again while I tried to bring him in the video. I'm gonna let him get unfroze real quick. There he goes. Now he's back.
Well, what do you think about?
I'm gonna let. What do you think about it, Devin?
At least let him finish the season out. They make 8-6 on Bill Belichick. I mean, he won like 5 Super Bowls or 6 or 7.
6.
Plus he was 6. Plus he's the general manager.
Well, this is the last year of his contract, so I know this is where they can get rid of him and they don't owe him any future money, is what I'm getting at. And the way the team seems to be not playing well with him at the helm, maybe it's time to either let the defensive coordinator or the offensive coordinator finish out the year as head coach, because it clearly isn't working the Belichick way, and it hasn't worked since Tom Brady left.
Do you think they do that though, Jeremy?
I would if it was me. I mean, what's it going to hurt? I don't
see him. I think he'd already be fired if they were gonna. I believe he'll retire at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They're just gonna let him finish it out. They're gonna take their top 3 or 4 draft pick. They're gonna go get their quarterback of the future and get a new coach.
Well, at this point, they're gonna have a top 10 pick, so maybe they'll get anybody other than Caleb Williams or Drake May, because I think they go in the top 5. But after that, you got Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels, and many others that are available there. So they may even go as far as going with a J.J. McCarthy, seeing how Tom Brady did so well there. Just saying. And in quarterback signing news today, Joe Flacco has been signed to the Cleveland Browns. Is this a good move, Chad?
Yeah.
Absolutely. What else do the Browns have to lose? They actually don't. They could actually still make a playoff, right?
Yeah, they're 6-3, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, even though they're considered a bad team, and I always lose my pick 'em every week because I pick against them, why not bring in that veteran leadership at a proven Super Bowl winner and have him in there as to mentor a team that is far exceeding any expectation I ever thought that Cleveland
excuse me,
would.
They're 7-3.
Yeah, I never thought I don't think many people thought they'd do this good.
I didn't think they'd do that good after Nick Chubb got hurt. But that defense is playing lights out, and I knew they'd win more than half their games and probably make the playoffs on the back end. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't expect them to be doing this well. At 7-3, think about it. They got the same record as the Chiefs right now.
Well, think about it. Flacco knows how to manage the clock on offense, and if the defense can continue to play that good, I mean, you don't have to put up 40 points to win. You just have to put up more points than your opponent.
Yep, absolutely. All righty. And now we're to the fun part. We're going to talk about the weekly Pick Ems.
Oh, good.
You guys ready?
Not really.
Yeah.
We're going to do the 12:30 game last, because we're Detroit fans, and this is a Detroit Lions-based show, so that's going last. Washington at Dallas at 4:30. Raise your hand if you're taking the Commanders.
I can't.
All right, then.
Come on.
All right. On to the next one. San Francisco at Seattle. Who you got winning, Devin? Niners, all right. Who you got, Chad?
Seattle's due to they've got all the talent in the world. I do believe they're getting healthier, right?
So my smoking dad comes in and says Cowgirls, and he
I'm
also picks the
thinking,
Niners.
you know, hey, San Fran's already kind of proven they're a fraud. Everybody wants. I'm going
Whoa,
with
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Seattle on this.
whoa. Wait a
I'm
minute.
going
You're
with
saying in the game where they lost their starting offensive tackle, their running back, and their star wide receiver in the same game, and until all of them got healthy, they didn't win another game. You're saying they're frauds?
well.
Because they've won ever since then.
Mhm.
Ever since those three players came back, they haven't lost. I have the Niners smoking the shit out of the Sea Chickens.
You do. It's
Yep,
at it's at the Sea Chickens.
I know. And they've proven that they don't always win at home anymore already.
There's
And
been quite a few surprises this year. I'm taking the Sea Chickens just because normally I
fantastic.
would.
I love it.
I am because I do. They're a legit team in any given Sunday, and look what the Bears almost did to us. And they're going in the Sea Chickens.
Almost only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, ship fights, and global thermal nuclear war.
Well, as long as Seattle is in the almost and it's San Francisco's the almost, then I'm all good.
Okay. Miami traveling to face the now number 4 defense in the league, New York Jets.
Miami.
Devin doesn't even wait. He's like Miami. Who you got, Chad?
Not the Jets.
Not the Jets. Amen. I'm not. We're all on the same page there. And then we got the Toilet Bowl division game to start off the 1 o'clock games. You got the New Orleans Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons. Who you taking, Chad?
I'm taking the Saints on that one. I just
Yeah.
just got a feeling about them.
Yep.
Hey, somebody's got to win, right?
Yep.
I got
Might
a
as well be
50-50
famous
shot.
Jameis 30 for 30 and Taysom Hill over.
Yeah, on that one, I got a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, exactly. Who you got, Devin? Oh, he froze again. Oh, there he is. Who you got, Devin? New Orleans and Atlanta. Oh, he froze again. We'll catch up to him. See if that nope, that didn't unfreeze him. There he goes. He went bye-bye. Okay. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati.
Of course.
Remember, Cincinnati doesn't have a quarterback.
It doesn't matter. It's Pittsburgh. They don't have an offensive coordinator. Cincinnati.
Huh. I think Pittsburgh's going to win. But what do you got there for Atlanta and New Orleans there, Devin?
Honestly, I don't care who wins, but if I have to pick, the Saints.
Saints? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where we went to. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. No Joe Thorough.
Pitt.
Okay. I took Pittsburgh as well. The Panthers at the Titans. God help you, Devin. Lee Hornbostel says Pitts was very Cincy. Ken Ballrick, my dad, smoking dad, Ken Ballrick says Cincinnati. Who you want to take with your team there? Win this game. I want the Panthers to win this game. You know why? Because I don't want Chicago having the first pick and the 10th pick in the draft.
Hey, we a one loss team, but I still have faith. The Panthers.
Amen. Who you got there, Chad?
I think Carolina isn't playing for anything. They don't have a first round draft pick. and I think they're playing for coaches and I think they're playing for their defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators. They're playing for themselves. They're playing for contracts, and I don't see any reason why they can't go on there and stomp that other shit team's ass. They're not playing for anything, right? No
Right.
first
Yeah, we got
round pick.
not
Yeah.
Yeah,
playoffs.
yeah. I hope they're playing to make Chicago's pick worse. That's what I hope they're
Yeah.
playing for. But
They're
I went with my heart because King Henry's still a beast, and Will Levis has shown flashes of being decent. He's actually looked better in some games than Bryce Young. But I chose
He got
Tennessee this
Derrick.
week.
Oh, he got Derrick Henry behind him. So
Yeah, that helps a
of
lot.
course,
That helps a lot.
yeah.
Who would you rather have, Chuba Hubbard or Derrick Henry?
Henry, of course.
Yeah,
Okay,
Henry, of
Who
course.
would you rather pay, Hubbard or Henry, if you only had so
Henry.
much money?
Tampa Bay
Yeah, come
Buccaneers are
on.
traveling to another dome stadium where they seem to be failing miserably this year to face off against the Colts. Don't forget Minshew
Colts.
Mania. Yeah, you taking the Colts?
Yeah.
All right. Who you got, Chad?
Because Tampa's got a decent defense, but they suck. I got to take the Colts.
I took the Colts as well. It's a sweep. New England to face the Giants, and New England's a bigger dumpster fire than the Giants this year. Who you got there, Chad?
I don't know. They're playing for draft picks, aren't they?
Yeah, this is the battle to see who gets Drake May. Because
Okay.
we all
Who do
know.
you think was? I don't. I don't know. I'm gonna
I,
have to go with the Giants. I think the Patriots
and
Drake
it's
May.
in New York. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
If
I'm
it
take
was
the
in New
Giants.
England, I'd take New England. With it being in New York, I took New York.
I'll take the Giants too.
You took the Giants as well. Another clean sweep. Holy
Yeah.
smokes! Jacksonville at Houston, and this could end up being your AFC South winner. CJ Stroud has been balling. He overcame 3 interceptions himself to win a game last week. Who you got, Chad?
I got to go with Houston, man. Um, Jacksonville's playing great. They really are, but so is Houston, and they got that young quarterback that looks like he's really going to be something special. So, yeah.
Who you got, Devin?
Houston has a quarterback that he wants and
Ooh, you're breaking up bad, brother. You picking Houston? Give me a thumbs up if yes. Okay. All right. I chose Houston as well. I just think Jacksonville, Travis Etienne's been struggling, and when he struggles, they fail to win. And I think Trevor Lawrence, Mr. Sunshine from the Remember the Titans, is starting to be exposed as a little more human than everybody thought he was.
Another clean sweep, huh, Jeremy?
Yeah, that's weird. That's 3 in a row. What's going on? Are you guys using psychotic abilities on me? Because I already got my picks lined up right here. Cleveland, with the #1 defense in the NFL, goes to travel an up and coming Denver Broncos defense that has been playing very well lately. Uh, Cleveland at Denver. Who you got there, Devin?
uh, whew, I got to say Denver.
Chad?
I'm really liking what Cleveland's doing, and I really typically, if this game was being played anywhere else, I would say Cleveland. But you got to consider they're gonna have jet lag. They're traveling 3 hours away. They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be in the Mile High Stadium. I, they're not accustomed to having that lack of ox. I Because the advantage I'm going to say is going to the home team in this. And Denver's been playing good. I've got to take Denver in this.
You guys stop this. I chose Denver for the exact same reasons. um, Anybody taking Arizona versus anybody? Raise your hand.
They could probably beat Ohio State or Michigan.
Yeah, but you expect them to beat the Rams, who just beat the Sea Chickens, and Stafford is playing.
Well, no, I'll take the Rams. Thanks.
All right, that's where I'm at. I'm taking the Rams because Modern Warfare dropped last Friday, and we all saw how Kyler Murray ended that game in Houston.
Over under on where Jim Harbaugh's going.
I say it's Raiders or Chargers. At this point, Brandon Staley needs to be fired. Kansas City at Vegas.
KC.
Yeah, I took Kansas City as well.
So these are easy, clean sweeps now.
Right. Buffalo at Philly.
Philly.
Same. Baltimore at LA.
Baltimore.
Oh, there he is. I see video again. But there he is. Okay, I'm gonna ask you real quick. Cleveland at Denver. Who you got, Devin? Okay. LA at Arizona. The Rams. Rams versus Cardinals. Are you taking Arizona? Man, even his audio went down on us. There you are. LA at Arizona. And he's having connection issues. All right. Baltimore at LA versus the Chargers. God, I just brought them up.
Yeah, well, I said Baltimore.
Yep, same here.
I think Baltimore's probably the best team in the NFL right now. Right now.
As much as I hate to say it, because it is divisional rivals here, Chicago at Minnesota. Who do you got?
Minnesota.
Same here. He still hasn't had his video pop in. There is his video. Okay. LA, Arizona. And that's the Rams. Who you got there, Devin?
Yeah,
Your audio's not even working now.
Rams.
Okay.
Well, don't we got people over there in the comments giving their picks
Yep,
too?
they are. Lee Hornswell says Chiefs. Dad says Chiefs. Dad says Philly. Lee says Philly. Dad says Raiders and Vikings.
Raiders.
Yeah,
Did Dad pick the Raiders?
Yeah, he picked the Raiders over Kansas City because that offense is struggling. Okay, LA at Arizona, Devin. Who you got?
LA.
Okay, Kansas City at Vegas.
City.
Denzel's in the house. How you doing there, Mr. Snipes? Okay, you took Kansas City. Okay,
Yep.
Buffalo at Philly.
Philly.
Baltimore at Chargers.
Baltimore.
All right, Chicago at Minnesota.
Minnesota.
That's a clean sweep, boys. All the way down.
Hey, go. Did you write all these down, Jeremy? Actually go?
I have all my picks here. We've only had like 2 different picks from each other the whole list. And now, last but not least, the Green Bay Packers travel to the Motor City to face off against the Detroit Lions. Who do you got, Devin?
Detroit.
That's what I thought. Chad, do I got to ask, or are you going to tell me?
Go, Pack, go. Come on. Pack.
Yeah, right.
Them Lions. No, I got the Lions. I think it'll be closer than the spread. I got them by, it's going to be like a 4-point game. It's a division game. It's going to be closer than we think.
Yeah, the spread is 7.5. I said if everything goes right, and we all know it doesn't, right? But if everything goes right, the Lions should win 31-17, according to the statistics and what's on paper. But if it goes wrong, I still got the Lions winning 27-21, not covering the spread. Smoking Dad says Lions. Denzel Snipe says Lions, but close game tomorrow, 24-20. Denzel Snipe says spread is 7.5. Cover. Yeah. I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in, and thank you to my guests, Chad Datima and Devin Smith. I know he had some connection issues, but we got him in there, got his picks, got his takes. It's a good thing. But what I want to say is thank you to all the fans. I am sitting here with 348 subscribers now, and that's amazing.
That's
I've been doing
awesome.
this a year and a half, and I've loved every minute of it. I especially love doing this show, the NFL Roundtable Talk, inviting fans of other teams, because it's just nice to get somebody else's perspective and see how they feel, not only about your team, about their team, and all the other teams in the NFL. Chad, I've seen you multiple times on other Lion shows and the open mic roasting shows and everything else that they do with the Main Event 365 and the Frozen Tundra Network and the Hollis Hall Report, all those. Gibby, he's getting a touchdown. I would go over on that. Sun got over under 2 touchdowns. I think I'd almost go under. He's been averaging a touchdown a game.
Under. He might not get one. He could get 120 yards and no touchdowns, and they'll run
because we've seen it
4
before.
rushing touchdowns. Yeah.
I think if you did the Monty Gibbs combined, if the over under was 2, I'd take the over.
Yep, I would too.
Because right now Green Bay has the 27th run defense. They are bottom 5 in run defense.
Yeah, because one of them could get 2, and the other one doesn't have to get any. If you do them parlay them, and a combined 100 yards or 100 and some yards for both of them.
The only reason why I say Rob might not get 2, give you 100 plus yards, but Monty scores. I think it's going to be the other way around. I think we're going to see a lot more of exactly what we've seen. It's more of that 60-40 split. 60% to Monty, 40% to Gibbs.
Come on. We're playing the Packers. We're going to smash them in the mouth.
Yeah, I think we're going to put up...
Jahmyr Gibbs is not going to be in there to pound up the gut. No, David Montgomery is going to go in there, and he's going to lay some wood, and the offensive line is going to lay some wood. They're going to pound. They're going to ground and pound. Monty, he'll get... Gibbs, he'll probably get a couple up the middle, but he's going to be used outside and shit. Yep. I bet Gibbs doesn't get 10 carries. I'll bet it right now.
Nah, he got what? 7 carries last week, right? 8 carries. That's about the same. And Gibbs got 12. Monty got 12.
I bet Monty sees 18.
Yeah, I know. When he got all the carries, it was great. I get it, Denzel. But I wasn't able to draft Gibby, and I wasn't able to draft Monty, so I rolled with what I could, which is Brian Robinson, who's finally been starting to show out and get some fantasy points.
But
Travis Etienne, who started out hot but has been fizzling of late.
And you have to look at something too, though, Jeremy, with what you said there, with the low number of carries that they had. We had early 4 turnovers. So on the kickoff return, they didn't have a chance to get carries. We gave the ball right back right there for Chicago to score. On the pick, they're not getting carries. And then we're playing from behind, and you don't run the ball as much when you're playing from behind. And so,
yeah,
if we'd have been playing in front the whole game, Monte would have got 20-some carries probably.
Right. We probably would have had more like 45 carries if we'd have got ahead in that game, but we never really did. We got ahead at the halftime, but then we gave the ball back right after the third quarter started, and they started coming back on us. And it was like one thing cascaded to another, and it was horrible. But we got the dub. That's all that matters. Yeah. Yeah. What do you got, Devin? Did you say something?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, which is Gloss Negron, one of the best window tinters in Saginaw, Michigan. If you need your stuff tinted, go see him. He does great work. That's his number right there. Call and schedule an appointment. He did this Maserati right here. You can't even see in that bitch. And then he also did this 300 C class. He's got plenty other he's done. He does amazing work. If you go on and look up Gloss Negron on TikTok or Snapchat, you can probably find his videos where he shows the work and he goes around the car after he's done on what he's done. He also does detailing as well. So if you need your interior and exterior detailed, he's the guy to go see. Richard Head, the Lions are going to win 38-13. I don't see that, but I do see a big win.
That's kind of nice.
That happens with turnovers. That's the only way that happens.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
happens with sacks, fumbles, Yeah.
Well, here's
it's
the
only
thing.
way.
The
A clean
statistics
game.
the statistics show that when we face a team with a losing record or a 500 record, we blitz the crap out of them. And the last time we played the Packers, what'd we do? We blitzed the crap out of them. And we broke Jordan Love. It took him 3 games to recover before he won a game again, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we beat him up a little bit.
Yeah, he had PTSD. I think he thought he was playing the Lions every week for 3 straight weeks because he didn't look good. But that being said, I want to give a shout out to the other sponsor that all the Lions fans love. It's FTP. No, it's not the florist. It is Fuck the Packers. This has been Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions. I want to thank you to everybody showing out. Make sure you tune in at 10:30 when I actually do the Lions pregame show, where I'm going to get a little more detail into stats, schemes, stuff like that. If any fans want to join me, hit me up on Facebook or by email. I will send the invite. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a blessed weekend and a happy Thanksgiving. And remember, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before, because that's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts within here. Much love.